So this is another worker here at ATS. Shout out to Nadia, because Nadia said, "Send, get the video." She said, "Get the video." So, okay. Now I gotta show y'all. I gotta show y'all her securement work, because she did a spectacular job. So, she's fighting with the strap right now.
This isn't an odd spot.
So, let me turn the camera around, show y'all.
That's gonna have to work, right? I mean, I can tighten it down, but see, then it's gonna have that. Oh, a padded.
Oh, throw a pad on it? Yeah. So, I got to speak to her earlier. Thank you for the water and the Gatorade for earlier. She told me she had her license since 2008, right? So you just starting flatbed?
I'm just starting flatbed.
Just starting flatbed.
I was a pilot car for 14 years.
Pilot car for 14 years.
My father's flatbed, super heavy haul.
And your father worked here. So her father was a super heavy haul.
My father was a 4-axle, and a lot of his stuff was all super loads.
So he had 13, 16 axle trailers. Oh.
13, 16 axle. I've worked around the perimeter trailer. I've been around wind.
Right. Right. And she was doing show trucks, right?
I was a tour truck.
So she got to see Lady Gaga.
I've been Lady Gaga, Justin Lynch, Post Malone, Taylor Swift, Black Keys, Blackpink, I'm not sure.
It said Blackpink.
I think that's the female version of BTS.
Right.
I've been on the Chicago Broadway tour. I've been with the Rockettes.
Oh, you've been up to the city? Oh, okay.
Washington, D.C., Atlanta.
So you know this is inspiration for women, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, well, you know, as a woman driver.
Right.
A lot of guys, you know, there's sometimes guys that ask me, you know, can you help me?
Right.
You know, so I mean,
see?
Flatbed, it seems to be different, because it seems like we all help each other.
Right.
Whereas
it's more of a like a family.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. Where Van and Reefer is not like that.
I mean, but you know, they don't have to lift the 100-pound tarp in the wind and
right.
take off and everything else.
So you just starting flatbed. So you said you just switched over, right?
Huh?
How long you been
switched over?
How long you been doing this?
I've been doing this 5 months.
Oh, okay, 5 months. Okay.
But I've also
look 5 months, and look what she got. Look what she got. 5 months.
You got kind of like an edge.
Right.
Because I was a pilot.
Right.
So, you know, a lot of my securement knowledge comes from everything that I've already.
And we can't forget, this woman right here also has, what else I'm forgetting? You had the pilot car.
I have a pilot car and a hot shot.
Oh, and she got a hot shot, yup.
And I'm a registered nurse.
And a registered nurse? Come on now, come on. Where you got time? Where you got time to do all this?
I don't rush. The key is don't rush.
There you go.
Don't rush. Take as long as you want, or take your time. And if something doesn't seem right, like I did with you,
yeah,
help me.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't so much those two.
Come on, let's show them how you did it.
It was this one right here.
Yeah, it was this one right here.
Since we couldn't exchange it.
Right.
So I ran the two out here, which is the direct.
Yeah.
And then this is the direct, but the only way to get the direct securement is to run it out.
Yeah.
So we had to cross the chain. But you want to make sure you have something
to keep the friction off the chains.
Okay, and as long as your chains
look. She pulled, ain't going nowhere. She said, "Nah, you stuck with me, right? You're stuck with me."
And these I always bungee down, because sometimes if they
flap up,
But again, you want to make sure.
And see, her technique is different. I never thought about putting my bungee through the hook. I wrap my chain around it and then just bungee it off.
Yeah,
but it's all different techniques out
See,
here.
if you go down the road.
Right. Okay. I learned something new. Thank you.
But see, same thing.
Okay, same
the
thing.
direction.
Oh, and she made sure, because it's John Deere, so you gotta make sure you protect that paint. Here you go.
That was actually, that white stuff
Yeah.
was actually part of the packaging for my iPad.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Same thing back here.
And same thing back here, yeah. And this is a direct connect.
Direct connect.
Yeah, and that's how it's looking on her truck.
And some people, they
I ain't even catch your name.
brandy just like the drink. And I do my checks. I stop in 50 miles.
Right.
And I check. I stop in 150. Same thing. And yes, it's true. Once you do that, you don't have to stop.
Right.
But sometimes, especially if I'm in an area that's really bumpy,
Yep.
I'll check it.
Okay. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, y'all. See? 5 months here doing this. Your father was here 13 years.
Yeah, father was here
Yep.
13 years.
Yep. Father was here for 13 years. Super heavy hauler. He was up there.
Yeah, my dad was, on an average, my dad usually had 13 axle freight. My dad was oversized everywhere he went.
Right. And your father trucked for 45
He
years.
was 45.
Okay.
So 45, I remember, and it's funny because I have a lot of friends.
So when you was little, did you go on the truck with?
Yeah. But back then, the whole family did.
Oh.
My dad, my mom, 3 girls.
And your father was in the industry when there was no ELD. Paper log?
Back then is the coloring book.
The coloring book.
But
That's what
back
it's called?
then, yeah, the coloring book. And
Oh, okay.
back then, they also ran 2 logs.
Right. That's what made them come with this electronic
Smokey
stuff.
and the Bandit was really good.
Right.
Really big back then, now the electronic log, I don't care for it.
Right.
It does make things somewhat
So wait, so
simpler.
that means if he was back there with the coloring book era, he was back there with the payphone.
That was back when you had to get fuel, you had to go in, get the station code, run back out to your truck, you had to find out what pump you were on, run into the truck stop, get the station code, call your dispatcher, and find a phone.
That worked. That worked. Yeah, that ain't eat your quarter.
Tell your dispatcher the station code, then get opened up for fuel.
God damn. And then had to call in for loads, right?
You had to call in for loads back then.
Listen, you know how we're so spoiled
Uh-huh.
now? Because everything is electronic. I can go right in my phone.
Yeah, but
I can punch it in the GPS.
not now.
He was back, Dad was back there with the Road Atlas book.
Yep.
Before it was laminated?
Yep.
Oh.
Back then.
That's when he was writing on the window?
That's when. Yep. Right on the
Yeah,
window.
I've done my homework because I gotta respect. I gotta know the history of where everything came from. The respect.
You know the little door on the reefer trailer.
The little door on the reefer
On
trailer.
the back of a reefer trailer.
The one that opened up. Yeah.
You know what that's for?
What's that for?
Back in the day, you used to have to physically take out a product
Oh.
and take a temperature.
Yeah. Now they got it like a little,
Now it's
like a little net thing there. Oh damn. Listen, you learn.
I'm
new.
I'm trying to think. Back then, scales, they were open. There was no open. There was no closed. They were open.
Right.
And then I know truck stops, and a lot of truck stops they've changed through the years. The electronic log, even from when I was driving, because when I was a driver, when I first became a driver, it was right before the ELD.
The ELD went mandatory. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually, I missed the cutoff. I was actually partially grandfathered in.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
You been to Canada yet?
I don't like Canada, but I have been to Canada.
I'm trying to get that under my on my list of my bucket list of.
Canada's odd. It's really odd. Cause they're Chevron. They're
Right.
Chevron. They're ruled by the Queen.
Right.
But it's odd. But yeah.
Okay.
But things they've gotten bigger. They've gotten crazier.
Yeah.
I mean, and well, perfect example is.
It's a lot of loads out here.
Well, I was like, look at the load from. Well, see, like that yellow rope right there.
Yeah.
That's a Mexican rope.
Oh. Damn. Really?
This is what holds their tarpon.
Oh, wow. So they don't use bungees in Mexico. They use the yellow. Oh, wow. But this is this rope here is, yeah, you can't pop this by hand though.
Yeah.
You have to cut this, but
like that came over from Mexico.
Oh, okay. This piece right here came from Mexico. Oh, okay.
Those right there.
Yep.
Those came over from Mexico.
The bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But now imagine you're pulling that load.
Right.
What are you gonna have to do to it?
You still gotta secure that.
But that came over from Mexico.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, I appreciate you.
But yeah, the key to flatbed is don't ever rush. Don't rush. Take your time. Especially.
And drink tons of water.
Drink tons of water. Replace your electrolytes.
Yeah. Because I'm going to drop my trail and go to Love's and...
Yeah. I usually drink an electrolyte water. I drink electrolyte water.
I like the Pedialyte. Not the Pedialyte, the Propel water.
Yeah, the day that, usually as a rule, the day that I load and the day that I unload, I don't drink any soda. And I eat like a man. Protein,
right.
I eat a lot of protein.
Right.
And
I wish I would have weighed myself before I started to see like how much I probably slimmed down. So
I think I've lost 25 pounds. But because of us sweating so much, we lose the muscle mass. So that's why you want to have protein. And that trailer caught on fire. I'm sorry, I just...
Oh, the trailer right here caught on fire. Yeah.
But yeah, you always want to double check everything. You want to...
And we got to give a shout out to all the virtual female truckers who truck from behind the...
Killing it.
We killing it.
We killing it.
There you go. There you go. All right, y'all. So I'll tap in with y'all later. And special thanks to Brandy for giving us the knowledge. And she lost her father, so we're going to say a prayer for her father. He's been here for 13 years. So
actually, there is my dad. I think Anderson, in the last probably year, we've lost probably 5 or 6 drivers. A lot of the new ones, and a lot of the new ones we have out now, the drivers, they really can't read a map to save their life.
Right.
And they're, everybody wants to be a truck driver and everything else, but they don't want to, rather that's dry van or flatbed or even the little box trucks.
Right.
Everybody wants to, I'm going to make a bunch of money, but there's work. There's work.
That's the key word.
I mean, and same thing with the dry vans. Yeah, it's not as tedious or as physical as flatbed, but in order to make money, you gotta lay down.
There you go.
You gotta lay it down.
Listen, she done said that part. She done said a whole mouthful right there. Work.
It takes work.
It takes work. I'm gonna end it right there on that.